Hi guys, this is AC Gamer back with another video on Tower of Fantasy. So I'm pretty sure you guys already know, but the devs have actually dropped a dev report where they do talk about some stuff that we all are asking, and they are very open in the discussion as well, talking about yeah, as you can see, we do care because many people do feel like devs don't actually listen, but they came out with this talking about some of the issues we have and what they are planning to fix it. And this is actually great to go ahead and see because most devs love to keep stuff private, and from this patch note we actually got very important information, which is the fact that the collaboration, the Bayuki, the marc is not going to come to the global server, which could be bad and could be good news as well, just because, well, it's good and bad at the same time, just because obviously some of the characters were essential for teams. For example, Bayuki was essential for the Volts team because she was a Shatter character. Now the Volts team is missing a Shatter character, unless they decide to release another collaboration with another Shatter Volt character. I don't know what they are going to be planning to do. Now I will say this, once this game gets a collaboration, and hopefully it's a good collaboration, like a good IP that everyone knows, this game is about to earn so much money, it's going to be absolutely insane. Now collaborations in games is always like a amazing point in time, just because so many people are coming back into the game, so many people are interested, so many people are spending money trying to get these new collab characters. But the thing is, Tower Fantasy is an MMO, so you're going to be able to move with the characters, able to use your character's skin and then use the different weapons, which is actually very good. Whereas with other games where there's a collaboration, essentially all you're doing is get to the character, pressing the skills, doing that every single time, and that is pretty boring, you know. But in Tower Fantasy the possibilities are endless. The characters could come out with very unique stuff. You can just in the future, let's say obviously collaborations sometimes don't rerun, so let's say you just get one copy of, let's just assume it's Naruto or something. You get this skin for Naruto. Now you got yourself a Naruto skin that you can use for the entirety of Tower of Fantasy. Even if the rerun doesn't happen, the thing about Tower Fantasy is you can actually use a character skin but use a different weapon, which is going to be absolutely fantastic for collaborations when that happens. So I do feel like when collaboration happens in Tower Fantasy, the amount of people are going to spend is going to be absolutely insane, and I'm actually extremely hyped for the possibilities for Tower of Fantasy collaboration. However, I've been seeing some community like discussion in terms of what collab they want to see. Why are they mentioning some weird ass collaborations? I'm not gonna lie. I personally wanted to see some anime collaborations, maybe some of the hyped ones. Obviously some is gonna be hard to put into Tower Fantasy. For example, obviously Dragon Ball is probably not gonna happen in Tower Fantasy. Maybe not Naruto as well. Maybe that's actually possible now that I think about it. Sasuke could be the Bayuki, you know, with the lightning ability. Naruto could have his own ability as well. Bleach could also be a possibility, but I'm actually looking forward to some some anime IPs or anime collaborations, whereas other people who play Tower Fantasy are looking forward to some gaming collaborations. So people talking about Cyberpunk, someone was also talking about some bunch of like near collaborations, which is also pretty good, I guess. But I personally want a anime collaboration just because it would be fun to run around with one of my favorite characters for some certain IPs. Now also think about this, Tower Fantasy is a MMORPG, it's more like a fantasy game, so it would make sense if they do decide to collab with an isekai anime. Now hopefully it's not some shitty isekai. There is some isekais out there that would be pretty interesting to see in Tower of Fantasy. Imagine Overlord, imagine time I got reincarnated as a slime, imagine Sword Art Online as well. Actually I wouldn't be excited for Sword Art Online, it's just, I mean, Kirito would be fun to get, Asuna would be decent as well. I don't know which other character they would add, but yeah, they could add some isekai anime into this game, and it would be extremely amazing. It would actually set Tower Fantasy apart from every other game, because like I said, I made a video talking about why Tower Fantasy is the best MMORPG, because there is no other MMORPG that comes even close. The rest of them are just pay to win garbage. They don't put money back into the game to make it better. They don't do any collaborations. But just imagine collaboration with Tower Fantasy. That would be extremely exciting. I promise you this, if Tower Fantasy does a collaboration with Overlord or Time I got reincarnated as a slime, I'm about to drop big boy money into the game to try and like 3-star each of the character. If there's Aizen Gold in there or Momonga, I will try to get him 3 stars. In fact, I'll just want to get his 1 copy just so I can have his skin. He looks very, very badass. Imagine a skeleton in game. That's just going to be extremely exciting. The possibilities are endless with the collaborations. It's just up to the devs now to try and get some IPs into the game. They need to go ahead and discuss with IP holders to see what type of games they want. Now, there is people out there saying that they could just get an IP and just use the same like move set with Bayuki, use the same like skill and animation from Marc as well, which I do feel like many people will feel is cheap if all they do is just change the skin and keep everything the same. Many people would feel that it was relatively cheap when they did that. But I'm not really too sure which collaboration they could do that would fit those animations. I mean, Marc transforms into a mech. I guess you could say Cyberpunk works well with that. What else is there that could be done? I'm not really too sure. Like, what anime transforms into a mech? To be honest, I don't watch any mech animes, but that would be pretty interesting. Tell me down in the comment section what you guys think. Do you think this is actually a good, good, exciting information? I do feel like it's exciting. Obviously, collaborations. Who doesn't want a collaboration? Now, with this patch note or the developers report, it was actually kind of like informal, I guess, which I actually did like. It was more like someone that felt human rather than a robot text and writing in some formal language. It just felt like more human, and it actually shows that the devs are like just like every one of us. The devs really do care. As you can see, they use like quotations and they put like capital "we do care," bold letters to show that they are actually interested in what we actually have to say as a community, which is pretty exciting. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be pretty upset that Marc and Bayuki are not going to be coming out because they look pretty cool. There we go. So we can take a look at the way the characters look like for those people who don't know. Marc and Bayuki were two like amazing characters. Marc especially was just too OP. You can see Marc's design over there. But the thing is, I do understand actually another reason why this couldn't come to the global server, just because no one knows this IP. It wouldn't be exciting. It wouldn't bring new people back into the game, honestly. I mean, yeah, people could say Bayuki's waifu, but what type of emotional aspects do you have with her? She's just a character with white hair and does katana skill. Is that really enough for you guys to summon? Bayuki was, as you can see, the shatter character for the Vault team, but now the Vault team is literally missing a character. So honestly, I do feel like the devs need to start working on collaborations right this moment. Not trying to say they should release a collaboration within the first 2 months, but once 2.0 comes out and all the 2.0 characters are coming out, they should be working on future collaborations as well, so that after the 2.0 is gone, actually now then people will be stressed for currencies, maybe like a couple of months. I definitely feel like a collaboration should happen within the first year of Tower of Fantasy being out. That is literally what they need to do. Honestly, they need to carry on building a hype and sustain the hype. If you go over to Sensory Towers, where we look at the amount of money Tower of Fantasy earned this month, it was actually very, very good as well. Why is it all in caps? Tower of Fantasy, there we go. So look at the amount of money they earned. This doesn't take into account the PC clients as well, so this is roughly nearly 20 million, but obviously the PC clients will add more. I do believe it was like 34 million, but I hope that as the game continues they earn 20 million every single month, because then I'll know that yeah, Tower Fantasy is here for the long run. Tower Fantasy is going to be one of the best MMOs for the future as well, because yes, many people are saying like Weathering Waves or 7 Deadly Sins 7 Deadly Sins Origin, I personally think could definitely be another like a top tier what's it called, open world game. But yeah, Tower Fantasy right now with the bugs we're having, I really do hope they fix the bugs as well. Like that's one issue I find with Tower Fantasy. If you go over to the Reddit page, everyone's just memeing on the bugs that are in this game. Go over to the CN server as well, bugs like riddled with bugs. It's absolutely insane. But yeah, this is, yeah, I'm happy for this. I'm happy and very excited for the future for Tower of Fantasy. Honestly, if there is a collaboration that everyone loves, this game is about to earn so much money within that month. Hopefully they don't try to milk it. Hopefully the characters are good at like 1 star or 1 copy or stuff like that. But I would be extremely excited, and I do know for a fact I definitely will go in, try and drop as much money as possible just to get the collab characters. Hopefully it's an IP that I know. Gaming IP, I don't know if I want that. I want gaming collab, I don't really want that. I want to see some anime collaborations. Tell me down in the comment section what you guys think about this devs report. Do you think it's more open? Do you think they should have added more stuff? There is one issue I think they should have addressed. Is it the bugs or the oh no, it's the balancing of characters. They didn't really mention anything about that in this one over here. Anyways, it's been your boy AC Gamer. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm out.